Now on Bounce, it's Friday, and you know what that means. Our guest Bounce contributor, Olympia D, is here for her weekly segment of Raising Brilliance. She's a radio personality for Old School 105.3. Always a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you for having me, Delano.
I'm fascinated by the topic tonight. Let's go.
Really? All right, so let's go ahead and do it. For all of my Raising Brilliance parents out there, tonight we are talking about a subject that many of us have a lot of questions about. It is college. And here with us tonight is Jamila Freelane. She is with Encouraging Words College and Career Preparation, and she's going to shed a little light on the subject and help us navigate the path to college. So first and foremost, I just want to say thank you for being here with us tonight.
No problem. It's definitely a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, so talk to us about what kind of services your company actually offers parents and kids.
Okay, and specifically that is one of the things that sets me apart as I work with both students and parents, because I believe the students have to be groomed as well as the parents. A lot of students that I work with are first-generation students, and even if they're second-generation college students, in other words, their parents have gone before, the game has changed so much since maybe their parents went to school, or maybe their parents had someone to assist them through the process and didn't know some of the different processes that you need to take and that sort of thing. So I'm here to assist both first and second generation students and parents.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you talked about the game changing. At what age should parents now start looking at colleges or college options for their kids?
Honestly, Olympia is never too soon to start. I generally say 6th to 12th grade is who I focus on. So to me, around 6th grade is prime time. And in order to prepare those students and parents, I provide workshops, I do webinars, I do a lot of college tours and partner with other organizations to do college tours and events. And then, of course, I also just do some one-on-one coaching as well for situations where somebody might need a little more assistance with scholarship preparation, that sort of thing.
All right, that's awesome.
What's the first step in finding and applying for college?
The first step, in my opinion, is backtracking first and getting to the root of who that student is, because what school is good for you is not going to necessarily be the school that's best for me. So it's really about getting down to what that student's interests are, what their goals are, that sort of thing. Once you kind of narrow that down and then narrow down what their personality traits are as well, then it's better to look at the different schools that are available. There's a multitude of different schools, and there's a school for everybody. But if you don't know that particular student's habits, gifts, career path, that sort of thing, you're setting yourself up for failure, because the school that worked for maybe their parent or a cousin or boyfriend, girlfriend isn't going to necessarily be the right school for them.
Right. So talk to me, because I'm a parent. How can parents better guide their children into making good decisions on which college to go to, and also, you know, pretty much, you know, what major should they also take up in college?
Well, really, in my opinion, it really starts with personality assessments and career assessments to really kind of, again, narrow down what their gifts and their talents are and what really makes them happy. Once you can get to the root of what brings them joy, what makes them feel like a winner, whether it's, you know, cooking a good meal, or whether it's they've had the exposure of being on the golf course and maybe, you know, doing something on the golf course and having a wonderful day with that or something. Taking those emotions that really make them feel like a winner and maybe tracking those or linking those to different career paths or job industries or clusters is really a big part of the process in narrowing it down. And then when you find those colleges or universities that specialize in those fields, of course, that's another way of prioritizing and narrowing it down. And then further narrowing that process by really looking at the student's personality. For example, I went to a Big Ten university. Having 300 students in a biology class was nothing for me, but if you're a person who's a little more introverted, that's going to be an overwhelming experience, intimidating, and it's going to set that student up for failure.
Right.
All right. Your webinar going to touch on some of these topics?
Absolutely, absolutely. Actually, the first one that I'm doing is next Thursday, and it's a series of webinars that are a part of something called College Conversations. The one I'm doing next Thursday is actually focused on college exploration, so this very thing that you're talking about right now.
All right, so my daughter is a rising 6th grader. What is the ideal age group or ideal grade level for your webinar?
Ideal is going to be 6th grade, actually. So your daughter is a prime candidate. She's right on time. And the reason that I say that is because typically what the counselors in middle school are doing are looking at some of the test scores that they get back, and they're beginning to then to track what path those students are going to be on. They're beginning to schedule those students, and if they can get set up even in honors courses, let's say in middle school, those honors classes a lot of times for general education classes in middle school can count for high school credit.
Oh, that's
well,
awesome.
You can graduate maybe earlier. You can use that extra slot in high school for maybe an elective, or maybe taking a college level class while you're in high school. It's a bonus.
Quickly, the cost.
The cost for the webinar itself is $35 per family, and I use that loosely because you can have your mom, brother, sister, cousin, whoever in on the call or the webinar. If it's a student group, like a youth group, athletic group, what have you, it's $50, and that allows up to 25 participants for that school or youth group.
Oh, wow. Okay. It's a good deal there. Yes.
All right, so if you would like more information on that, please make sure you attend the webinar. It is on April the 6th. Students grades 6th through 11th, and for more information and also to register, you can go to ewcollegeprep.net. Okay?
All right. So you're a very great guest. I mean, you have a lot of energy, and you can tell how much you're dedicated to this.
Very passionate.
Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate
Thanks for having me.
We have more news on Bounce coming up right after this.